The epic of the universe. Creation stories of all kinds are simply fascinating to us humans. Whether it's the Babylonians' universe born from chaos, the Norse's Ginnungagap, the Hindu Brahma, or the Sumerian Enuma Elish. All of them, back in the day, were trying to answer a massive question with the limited tools and observations they had. Where did this world, this universe, come from? Why are we here? Do we have a purpose? These myths are simply narratives that ask and search for the why and how. Fast forward to today, and thanks to technological advances, measuring devices, and geniuses standing on the shoulders of giants, we can give much clearer answers to these questions. But the questions we've been asking since those very first stories haven't changed much. Why and how? That's why we should see these efforts not as rivals or developments that cancel each other out, but as a journey, a continuous process. We can only spread the beauty and light of science to everyone if we make peace with this history, learn from it, and understand it. After all, science has answered so many questions that ancient civilizations simply couldn't make sense of. And in a way, it honors their memory. So let's tell them, those people who tried to understand the darkness with the few means they had thousands of years ago, the story of everything, the story of the universe, informed by thousands of years of accumulated knowledge and experience. Welcome to the story of the universe. The dawn of everything, 13.7 billion years ago. Everything we know, all matter and energy, simply wasn't there. Then, in a way that still leaves room for new myths, existence sprang from nothingness, in an event we call the Big Bang. It wasn't a bomb blast kind of bang. It was more like a sheet of space suddenly beginning to expand incredibly fast, much faster than the speed of light, and the universe was born. In that very first instant, the universe was infinitely hot and pressurized. As it expanded, it cooled down. The forces within it were unleashed, and particles called quarks started swimming in a sea of energy. As it expanded a little more, the matter and energy that would eventually make up the entire universe came into being. These quarks then combined to form larger particles we call protons and neutrons. Of course, the expansion was still ongoing. These protons and neutrons came together to create the nuclei of the first atoms, what we think of as the fundamental building blocks of everything. Get this, all of what I just described happened within the first minute after the initial expansion. The cosmic glow and first stars. Things calmed down a bit after that. The gas cloud kept expanding, and only light atoms like hydrogen, helium, and some deuterium were formed. 300,000 years later, these hydrogen and helium atoms began to gather, forming a dust cloud. This dust cloud would eventually give birth to the ancestors of those bright objects we see in the sky, the first stars. These giant helium stars were born across the cosmos, lighting up the universe like individual lanterns. They in turn gathered to form star clusters, which then came together to create the first primitive galaxies. These first stars were giant but vulnerable. Their lifespans were short. They'd die off within a few million years in a stunning visual spectacle we call a supernova. But their death was incredibly meaningful. As they died, they scattered heavier atoms formed from fusing helium everywhere. Think of it like a plant that explodes to spread its seeds. Those scattered, heavier atoms combined to form new stars, which would then explode, spreading even more diverse elements, planting the seeds for the next generation. Eventually, this process, passing through these star machines, created all the material and raw ingredients that make up every star and planet we see today. About 5 billion years ago, our sun came to life from these ingredients. The leftovers formed our planet and the other planets we see in the sky. 15 billion years from now, stars like our sun will start to die out, and the universe will become a less hospitable place. How we know? The science. This story is the most epic one of all, meticulously woven through centuries of scientific development, direct observations, measurements, and theories, based entirely on real events. And get this,